Alright, for our next problem in solving equations, we're going to try to solve a radical equation. Now, the general way that we try to solve these is by isolating a single radical on one side of the equation and squaring both sides. When we do that, we get rid of one radical. As you'll see in a future problem, if we have more than one radical, it will actually keep the radicals in the problem, but it will get us towards the final goal. But in this situation, we only have one radical. So I'm going to move this x over to the other side. I do that by subtracting x from both sides. And I have square root of 2x minus 3 equals 9 minus x. It's at this point that I square things. This side squared and this side squared. Now the square of a square root is whatever's inside, 2x minus 3. The thing on the right is a binomial squared. So the way this goes is the square of the first term, which is 81, twice the product of the two, so 9 times negative x is negative 9x, twice that is negative 18x, and then the second term squared, so plus x squared. It's at this point that we need to set it equal to 0 and see if it factors. So we subtract 2x from both sides, and we add 3. And it's at this point that I'm going to rewrite it in a much more familiar format with the x squared leading the way. So x squared, negative 18x and negative 2x is negative 20x. And then 81 and 3 is 84. It's at this point that I'll ask you to factor this trinomial. It does factor, and the factors aren't exactly obvious. So go ahead and pause the video and start factoring. But the long and the short of it is that the factors of 84 that work are 6 and 14. Or specifically, negative 6 and negative 14, which both multiply to 84 and add to negative 20. So 0 equals x minus 6 times x minus 14. Now, by the zero product property, if two things multiply equaling 0, then they each must equal 0. X minus 6 equals 0, and x minus 14 equals 0. So x is equal to 6, and x is equal to 14. This is my initial solution set. I need to go back and check both of them. And if we're lucky, we'll get perfect squares. So 6 plugged into x, 2 times 6 is going to give me 12, minus 3 is 9. So I have the square root of 9 is 3, and 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. That indeed is an equation, so that is one of our solutions. Now let's try 14. 14 times 2 is equal to 28. 28 minus 3 is 25. So the square root of 25 is 5 plus 14. That does not equal 9. So this is not a solution. We must reject it from our solution set. So therefore the only solution is x equals 6.